All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and in today's video we're going to talk about speed options, but most importantly we're going to talk about how to stop speed options here in Madden 24. So that being said, let's dive right into it. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is actually what a speed option is and how to run it in general. Okay, not everyone knows what a speed option is, so we're going to start there, and then we'll talk about a more basic way to limit speed options so you're not going to give up a lot of huge yardage. And then we're going to talk about at the end of the video what I believe is the best way to defend speed options here in Madden. If you do want a more in-depth version of how to run it as an offensive player, make sure you hit that subscribe button here on our channel. And today AntCap released his play of the day, going over some more advanced tips with running speed option. And we do release a play of the day every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for our subscribers. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. But let's hop into this video here. And again, first we do want to talk about the basics of speed option. So we're just gonna come out in a random defense here to start. But speed option here we have in gun tight open in the Chiefs playbook. The playbooks that you're gonna see it most in throughout the game are gonna be the Chiefs, spread, run and gun, and then the Ravens. In the Ravens, you may see it called power option in some of their pistol sets, but it's gonna essentially be the same thing there. And again, it's going to be similar to read options in one aspect, and we'll talk about that here. So what you want to see here is if we look at the play art as an offensive player, right, you're going to notice that there's going to be a player with a P above his head, and you can see that's on the right of screen defensive end here. Okay, that is the pitch defender. Okay, that's the same thing as the read defender on a read option play, right? That's going to be the one defender that our team does not block, and that's who the quarterback is going to read. Okay, it's only the P here because, again, instead of handing off or keeping it like we would on a read option, here we're going to either keep it with the quarterback or pitch it to the running back. Okay, so again, that P icon is very important as an offensive player because, again, that's the guy who's not going to be blocked, and that's the guy you have to determine, okay, am I going to keep it or am I going to pitch it to the running back? Okay, I would say the primary goal for an offensive player is to pitch it out to the running back and get the ball to your running back out in space. But you can make some things work if you do keep it with the quarterback at times as well. But again, that P icon is really telling you what to do. So what it's going to look like here, I'll just run one rep so you guys can see that. Then we'll get into how we can stop this. Again, let's say that they are attacking the quarterback here. Okay, so let's see that P icon is attacking the quarterback. You're going to say hike. He's going to attack the quarterback. We're going to pitch that out, and you can see how we're able to get that ball out into open space and pick up an easy 5 to 10 yards. And if you get one-on-ones out in open space, you're going to be able to make people miss here in Madden. And like I said, that's why I think that's the main goal of speed option, is to get it out to the running back. Because if you see here, again, that defensive end is crashing down and taking the quarterback. So what you'll see is we're going to pitch that out with the left bumper. And we're going to have this ball to our running back with a lot of space to work. And again, if it's a one-on-one, we can make a juke. We can try to make a miss. If not, we can just pick up an easy 7-8 yards there. And yeah, that's what a speed option is, right? You can see it have a variety of different formations. But essentially it's going to be the same thing regardless of the formation, right? They're going to have the one unblocked defender, and then you either keep it with the quarterback or you pitch it to the running back. Okay, now what you guys came here to see, most of you I should say, how we're going to stop this. Okay, now there's a few ways that we can stop this. Again, first we're going to talk about a base way to stop this. Just a base defense that I think does a really good job based off the run fits. Okay, so what that's going to be is we're going to come back out in the same speed option here in gun tight open, and what we want to do here is we want to come out in a cover 2 style defense, right? So you can come out in Tampa 2, you can come out in cover 2 hard flat. I mean, you can come out in cover 2 sink if you had that. We're just going to come out in Tampa 2 here, and the reason that I like Tampa 2 is if we look at something like let's look at cover 1 hole, right? And you look at the run fits. Right, so to look at the run fits, you hold left trigger and you move the left stick right or sorry, you hold left trigger and then you push X or B. And if you do X, it's a run to the left. If you do B, it's a run to the right. Okay, so left trigger, X or B is going to show you the run fits. You see how our outside corner over there to the right side is not in the run fit, neither is the safety. We don't have a lot of people helping out here in the run. Now, if we go back to our Tampa 2 that we started out in, and we look at a run to the right side of the field, you see how our right of screen cornerback is now in the run fit with that angle coming from him, right? And he's also the force defender. So he is going to force everything back to the inside. Okay, that's his main goal here, being that force defender on this play. Okay, if it's a run to the left, you can see the left side of the field cornerback is going to be our force defender. Okay, so the reason why cover 2 as a base defense is going to be good for us is because our outside corners are going to react quicker because they're in the run fit rather than in a cover 3 or man or cover 4. They're going to just back up in their zone first and they'll react to the run later. We want them to react to the run first, which is why we're going to start out in this cover 2. Now, what I do like to do in this cover 2 is I do like to base a line and press personally just to get him right on the line and out wide. Now, one thing that you can do, if you are worried about getting beat deep, you can put him in an outside third, right? He doesn't have to stay in a cloud flat, so you could adjust him to something if you wanted to help protect against the deep sideline here. That's definitely plausible, because if you look now, you can still see that he's still in the run fit, right? So if you start out in Tampa 2, as long as you don't audible to a new play, you can adjust his individual assignment and he'll stay in that force defender role or the run fit. Okay, but again, the main reason we want that is because we want him being somebody who is attacking first, and he's not going to back up and bail initially, right? So again, cover 2, you can change his assignment if you want. We're just going to leave him in a cloud flat here for this rep. But now what you're going to see is if we go to run this and we go to flip this out here, he's now in a good position attacking that block rather than backing up down the field, which is going to really make it hard on your opponent to really get outside with the running back, right? Again, their goal, like we talked about, is getting the ball out into space, right? And when we do this, we kind of prevent them from being able to do that, right? So again, you say hike here, you can see our defensive end is attacking that quarterback, so that's going to tell the quarterback to pitch it, which is the right move here. But now when they pitch it, you see our outside corner, right? This is the guy that really makes this play effective because he doesn't back up. He attacks the run very quickly. And again, he's the force defender, so he's going to have outside leverage here. And that's why we baseline press to keep him outside. And he's just going to be in a really good position to make this hard on the running back, right? He's going to have to cut back inside. That's where we have our help coming from our linebackers pursuing the play. And you can just see how this is a lot muddier than the first rep we ran, where we were just in a cover 1 defense where we didn't have those run fits to the outside, and we were putting our defense in a much worse position. Okay, so again, one more time, we're just going to be in a cover 2 defense. We're going to base a line and press. Like I said, if you wanted to put that outside corner in a third or an outside quarter, you can definitely do that. You don't have to. You can leave him in the cloud flat here. Obviously, we're not talking about a ton of coverage adjustments right now, but if you start out in cover 2, you can adjust to whatever you really want to, as long as you're not switching the play. Like I said, you'll have to individually switch players. So let's say, for instance, if you wanted to put a cover 3 out on the field, you could do something like this, right, where we create a cover 3 concept over the top with our safeties and our outside corners, but we're still going to have that guy in an outside run contain there with that force, right? So again, cover 2, baseline press, you can adjust the defense how you want it from there. But if they do go to run this, again, we're just going to be putting our guy in a much better position to make that tackle there and really make it a hard read for the running back, not allow him to get outside. And we don't want to allow him, again, if he gets the edge, we're going to lose as a defensive player, right? You don't want this running back to get the edge. So by baseline and pressing that cover 2, you can see that he is now in a really good position to force that ball back to the inside. And now we're going to trust our pursuing linebackers to make that tackle at that point. Okay, so like I said, that's a good base defense that we can use, which you can do out of pretty much any formation in the game, right? Again, cover 2, baseline press, and then we're going to adjust the defense behind it if we want to. Now, let's talk about my favorite way to defend this, right? What I talked about is I want to force, as a defensive player, what I like to do is I want them to keep it with the quarterback if I can help it, right? If they want to keep it with the quarterback, I mean, more power to them. I don't think that people are going to beat me with the quarterback on this play, okay? So I'm fine if they keep it with the quarterback. So me as a user, I'm going to completely ignore the quarterback, right? My eyes are focused on the running back. I'm going to run straight to the pitch man. I will tell you, honestly, I have never had someone consistently beat me with the quarterback, okay? But if you don't take care of the pitch man and you don't take care of that running back, you can definitely be beaten by this play for big yardage. So again, let's come back out in this speed option play. Now, the number one defense I like to come out in is 4-3 even 6-1, okay? Now, what I like to do, I always have auto flip off and auto alignment set to base. And we do have a full game plan over on HuddleGG. in 4-3 even 6-1 if you do want to check that out. But again, what we're going to do, I typically have my curl flats on 5, flats on 30. Again, that doesn't really matter for this particular play because we are defending the run. But I'm going to start out, I'm just going to come out and cover 4 quarters. You could start out in Tampa 2 in this as well if you wanted. But I like to come out and cover 4 quarters, and I'm just going to show blitz. Okay, so this is what my defense is going to look like. From there, a lot of times I will pinch my line down and crash them down. I mainly just do that just in case my opponent is running inside zone. But if you know that they're not running inside zone and you know that they're just running the speed option, you don't have to pinch and crash your line down. You can just show blitz, and then we're going to stand over the D tackle to the side we think the speed option's going. Okay, I will say if they're in shotgun, they're going to have to run speed option to the side that the running back's on for the most part. Now you can flip this. If you look, if we flip this to the left, you can now run the speed option to the left without the running back moving, but it is much harder to pitch it if you're running it the wrong way. Okay, so as an offensive player, you do want to run it to the running back side if you're in a shotgun formation. So as a defensive player, that tells us we want to hide over this defensive tackle over here. And again, we are just keeping our eyes on the pitch man, and we want to run to him immediately. Now, the reason why I like 4-3 even 6-1 show blitz is because it brings these safeties down, and it causes the receivers to target them as a potential threat, which helps free up our user. Okay, so as a user, we kind of just want to try to stay out of the muck and just get a free running start at that running back, right? So again, if it's going to be a speed option to the right side here, we're going to run over here, and as soon as they pitch it, we're going to be in perfect position there to make the tackle with our user. Okay, so that was a perfect rep of what it should look like. And again, by showing blitz, like I said in 4-3 even 6-1, you see how this tight end goes up to that safety, and this outside corner is going to be taken by the outside receiver as well. So there's no one else here to block our user, so we just want to loop around there with our user. Again, this guy is going to be our pitch defender, right? The guy who's just standing still there. He's the one who's going to force it out of the quarterback's hands right to this running back, which is where we're running with our user, right? So again, you see here, the reason we're showing blitz is to get those safeties down in the box, which now changes the targeting of that tight end and outside receiver, right? The outside receiver is always going to get the corner, but that tight end is now looking for that safety because he's so close to the line of scrimmage, which now is going to open up this area for us to run directly towards that running back. And again, like I said, we don't want to focus on the quarterback at all with our user. Okay, so you see here, my user is running towards that pitch guy the entire play, and we're actually able to make contact right as he's catching that ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And this is going to be something that's very, very easy for you to do once you get the hang of staying out of the muck, right? So let's run it one more time here. Again, on defense, we're just going to come out and cover 4 quarters in 4-3 even 6-1. We're going to show blitz. We're going to stand over the defensive tackle here and hide. And what you want to see is, again, if they run this, we're just going to get out here, and we're going to be in perfect position there to make a tackle on that ball carrier time and time again. And if you're interested in getting better at Madden, make sure to join our free Discord by going to HuddleGG/Discord. Have a great day.